So the first thing we got to do is make our dipping sauce. So we're going to start off with a tablespoon of ketchup. Now the original recipe called for 2 tablespoons of mayo. I saw this today when I was looking for some fresh mayo, and I thought maybe this would be really good. So we're going to give this a try. We're going to put 2 tablespoons of ranch, bacon ranch in there. I mean, bacon makes everything better. And now for a little kick, a little sriracha. Now we're going to have to definitely give this a taste and see if these flavors even work together. It may not. We're going to find out here in a minute. Let's go ahead and use a whisk. Get it all mixed up together. And of course, we got to give it a taste. That's really good. I think maybe just a pinch of salt. We'll go with 2 pinches. Oh, that's on the money. Now, we're going to stick this in the fridge and let it cool. So we're using 1 onion, which is about 2 cups diced. Now, I've already done half of this, but I just want to real quick show you my technique for dicing these up real fine. Now, I've seen people modify this and do it different ways, but this is the way I like doing it. Now, we're going to slice almost all the way through. You could see right here the separation, where right about here it's still connected, and we're going to do that the whole length. Or should I say the whole width of the onion. Now we're going to turn it, and we want to, as we come up the onion, we want to keep our slices about the same distance as you've got distance here. The idea being is that you're going to keep it as uniform as possible. Now, sometimes these on the end, yeah, there's a bit of curvature there. So we're just going to come across just like that. Look, perfectly diced. Now for the rest, you see just how narrow those are? That's just what we want. Now I'm scraping these off of the knife directly into my container. That we're going to be mixing them up in a minute. But as I'll show you here directly, you do not use the knife to scrape up off the board. You'll damage your knife. Even if it's a cheap time and table knife from Walmart like this one is, you just don't do it. You're not gonna do it any service. And you could tell I'm not a professional chef. Otherwise, it'd just been, but hey, I'm not. Like you, take your time. You don't want to go cutting off fingers. Trip to the ER over an onion ain't worth it. Now we're going to do it again, crosswise. And there we go. Now we're going to use this scraper, which is really handy. It's even got measurements on the sides. We're not going to use that. We're going to use that to pick up our onion and mix it, move it to our mixing bowl. So this is our onion, all nice and chopped up. It's about 2 cups there. That's what we're looking for. Now we're going to add some salt. Why are we adding salt? Because we want to try to get some of the moisture out. Just go ahead and give that a mix so you get it all over the place. And at the same time, while you're doing this, you're helping to break it up a little bit, which will be a little bit nicer consistency going forward. Now, while I give this 15 minutes to rest and to draw out the moisture with the salt, I'm going to do my mise en place. You're not going to see that, but you're going to see the results of it. Our next step, before we start mixing in all of our ingredients with the onion, we're going to come over here, put our onion right here in the strainer, and we're going to rinse off all the salt. I'd also advise that you rinse this out as well, just so you get rid of all the excess salt. So just use some cool water, just give it a bit of a shake there, make sure you're getting all that excess salt off. Now we just add our onion back in. Make sure you get it all. Don't want to waste any of this onion goodness. I already did my mise en place, so I got everything ready to go. So we're going to start off with a tablespoon of kosher salt. Yes, I know we salted once, but we rinsed all of that salt away. Got a 1/4 teaspoon of ground black pepper. Now the original recipe called for a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. When I did this, it didn't seem to have enough garlic flavor, so I went for a 1/2 teaspoon. That ought to be 1 tablespoon of white cornmeal. Doesn't have to be white, that's just what I had. 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, not baking soda, this is baking powder. Do not, repeat, do not mix those up. And now 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour. And now I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon. Yeah, it can be kind of maybe a generous 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Oh, that's going to give it a nice little kick. So let's go ahead and get all of our dry ingredients mixed together first. I'm sure there's some physics or chemistry that I just don't understand, but it seems to work better when you do your dry ingredients first. Yeah, they seem to be pretty well mixed up now. The final 1/2 cup of whole milk. Go ahead and pour that in. And you want to make sure that your dry ingredients are absorbing as much of that milk as you can. This is kind of creating a batter that's going to help hold all this together when we fry it. You could even, at this point, add an egg if you wanted to. I haven't done that experiment yet, so we're going to just stick to the script this time. So I got my oil. This is peanut oil, by the way. Got it just a little above medium high. And got a test piece in there. You can see kind of sizzling around. So now we know it's good and hot. And we're just going to, just one little scoop at a time. We don't want to waste that, so let's make sure we get that in. And now we're gonna let it cook till it's golden brown, and then we're gonna flip them over. Let's see how they, oh, it's starting to look good. Not quite as dark as I want yet. That's a lot closer to what I want. But we're gonna go ahead and give them a quick flip here. Now, as for time, 3 to 5 minutes each side, or until it's a dark golden brown. I want a little bit darker than this one. Now, oh yeah, see that? That's what I'm looking for. That is what I'm looking for. Now, it may be partially, because that's a little lighter than I want. It may be with the heat distribution on this pan. So you may have to cook 1 or 2 pieces a little bit longer to get it just where you want it. But we're close to pulling these up. Oh yeah, that's perfect. I'm going to go ahead and get as much oil off of here and move them over to a plate with a paper towel and let them dry. Some of these, we may let them go just a minute or 2 longer on the opposite sides. But I think we are there. And in just a moment, we're going to try this all out. All right, let's put this all together. We got to plate this for our guests and make it look awesome. So let's start with the sauce. Got this nice little bowl. You've seen me use these. This is what I use for my mise en place a lot of times. Clean it up real quick. And you've got a great little bowl that's just going to look amazing as part of a centerpiece. Go ahead and just smooth that out real quick. And we want this to look fancy, so let's clean it up a little bit. There we go. Now, I missed a spot. This is how you get great thumbnails for videos. You go through these little details. And tell me, does my thumbnail not look awesome? Now, for a little bit of garnish, we got the cayenne pepper. And you know what? We're gonna be a little dangerous here. I'm gonna take a pinch, spread it around. Just a little bit, just a little dusting. There we go. That looks amazing. But let's go ahead and get that excess cayenne pepper off of there. And now, we'll just add some of these to the plate. Look how amazing that is. If that don't make you hungry, you've never eaten before. Let's give it a try. Now let me tell you, this, I already did it once yesterday. Some of my sound went goofy and had to do it again. Really broke my heart to have to cook this again. And even experiment a little bit with my sauce. Oh, this is awesome with or without the dipping sauce. But definitely with the dipping sauce. Whoo, doggy. That's good. Now, for all you who's planning a watch party this month for March Madness, this is a must-have for your spread. All your friends are going to love you for it. Now, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next week.